Okay. Okay. Well, it's live for my only viewer. Oh, okay. I need to stop being stuck. Get into it. Okay, what did I try? I couldn't. This guy. So we went past. Honestly, like beginner, I can't even do these. 4 years in. This is the sort of day I'm having. So, so we need to double check something else now. X, Y, Z. Okay, well, that would certainly need to be Z. Oh, let's try something else. Maybe I've got it the wrong way around. Let's try that. Okay, I think the goal is to get the mid. So 2, 1, 3. We need to work out that 2 is the middle number. I think I've just made it worse. It was actually doing well, and then I made it worse. Mid, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah. So if I swap these guys around, I think I just need to do another bunch of if else. But it kind of feels like a bit, well, not necessarily heavy duty, but I don't know. It's kind of like mid 1, 2, 3. Okay, mid. So if I do 2, 2, 1, 3. See, and then it goes wrong, and then it'll go wrong in the last case. So it's happy if it's the middle case, and in this case, so it's happy if it's in there. It's not happy if it's there. So let's work it out. So is 2 greater than 1? Yes, it is. Okay. So is 2 greater than Z? No. Oh, got these the wrong way around for one. Have I? Yeah, but then if I... See, it feels like the guards need to keep going. Is it like... Do I need to do... Oh, I think I need to do it like this, don't I? Yeah, it will be. Oh, damn it. Okay, this is why my brain is not very good today. Yes, you just need to work out which one's greatest, and then the middle one will be what's left. So is X greater than Y? So here, is that greater than Y? Yes. Okay, so then let's check it is. So we need 2 yeses. Yeah, that's what we need. Yes, we can just do the checksum. And then we can do is X less than no, that's not going to work it out, is it? Is it? Am I going to take the wrong direction? Oh yeah, well I can just do it like that, can't I? X less than Z. Then it will be X. I'm going to have 3 cases, which seems a little bit dumb, but is Y greater than X? And is Y less than where am I? Z. Then it equals Y. Otherwise, we're not going to bother working out the final one. We'll do it like that. I think that's alright. I could be totally wrong. So today, I'm still going through over this basic, well, the learning Haskell. I'm in 2 minds though, because, well, I've spent the best part of the day trying to implement a WebSocket. Well, 2 servers. One's a WebSocket, one's a normal server that accepts HTTP. And the idea was to, every time you get anything happen on the HTTP server, say like someone comes on. Yeah, I know, I did some scenes and I look, there's a little cat. Oh, there's other thing. This is me today. Where is it? Here we go. That's what I feel like today. There we go. We could literally just leave that in loop. That's my feeling today. So I made one of them. I did some other little ones as well. Like if you if you join and stuff, yeah, it does other stuff. So I got carried away again with, you know, making things look nice, but unfortunately, nah, no hotkeys. I haven't set those up because I find that the hotkeys messes with my Emacs. So I've got like hotkeys and then my Emacs just takes over. Oh, how did it go? Because I was asleep when you went with that, by the way. Your dictation. What was I trying to do? Oh yeah, we're going to go. Okay, that's fine. Mid. 2, 1, 3. Yes. Mid. 1. Whoops. 3, 2. There we go. It works now. Okay, so it just needed a bunch of those. And my brain wasn't working. It was trying to do things on the right hand side. There we go. So yeah, since it's just showing class, I've done research now, so I have some ideas of lots of transformation I want to apply to it. So yeah. Are you like doing stuff full time then, Alex? In terms, it is Alex, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. Like with it. Because because of my days being going so well, I've just found myself feeling like I can't do anything. It is Alex, yeah, that's what I thought. 3 hours per week, that's what I need to do. But I'm doing no hours per week because I got made redundant. So yeah, I'm on a winner. Implement a function that checks whether a given character is a vowel. Is vowel true? Is vowel false? Oh, okay. Oh, no, I meant working, yeah. I think I can hear my cat somewhere. Hold on. Because she's annoying. Here she comes. Come here, kitty. Oh my god. This is what you really want to see. It's a cat. Look at this. Meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Here we go. Let me put that back. Hold on. Bye, kitty. Yeah, sorry about that. It's my cat. Oh, she's now coming to be mental. Have I messed all my camera up? Probably. My camera's just my iPhone, so. So you're working full time. Twitch for your new job is. Oh, you got a new job. Cool. Great stories. Corporate craziness. Yeah, that's. Oh, yeah. Growing cute. What's the cat's name? What? I just called Kitty, but I think she's called Holly. Kitty! Kitty! No, she's licking her bumhole. Not interested in my nonsense. So yeah, today's this week's bad experience. Yeah, see? He's got the right idea. Best name, just call her Kitty. It's a kitty. Then you never get it wrong, do you? Just felt a bit silly going, Kitty! No, actually, it just feels silly whatever you shout at a cat. You know, when you're trying to get it home in the evening. I just go, there you go, that gets your attention, doesn't it? That's I think. Yeah, so this week I was basically trying to do an interview for a Haskell role. And yeah, just wanted 2 databases. And they wanted to one of them output monitoring to WebSocket was the idea. And I was just like, oh, okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, failed that one. I just didn't even hand it in the end. It was just too much. I went around in circles, like just trying to, I don't know, maybe to be too clever or not clever enough. And then I was just taking routes, and there's just like no documentations really. You know, if you were to like go node, WebSocket server, you know, giving stats, server stats. You just find loads of stuff, and like you try and do the stuff exactly the same in Haskell, and you just like no. And then I just thought, oh, okay, well I'll ask on like the Haskell Slack, and everyone's like, oh. So I didn't. I kind of made it vague. Oh, how did people like work out, you know, how to do? Oh, just try it, and then you'll get it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, that's what's been. Yeah, exactly. And then when it comes to Haskell, you have to be like a mega pro, don't you? I mean, it's not necessarily a hard subject, and I had all like the parts. So I had the what would you call it? I managed to sort of work out how Y worked, and then get some bits and pieces, and I had like I created an app monad and a state monad to sort of deal with states, and then I had both servers going. But yeah, then I couldn't actually sort of work out how, because I guess I'd need the state to be a stream, so when something happened, it'd push it out. Like a stat had happened, it'd also push it out to the WebSocket, or something like that. I don't know. I just got really frustrated and just gave up and got annoyed, and then try not to throw my computer out the window was basically it. And I thought I'd come in here and like do something that's a little bit more relaxing. And it's proven to not be the case. I couldn't get the stream started because my computer decided to die. The internet cuts out on my computer, and things just keep going wrong. But never mind. Isn't there a function just called isVal? What are they saying? Hint: use discard. What, you've got one of those? Oh, mine wasn't. What is it, like a live one, or mine was like a little take-home task. Oh, technical, yeah. Oh, I'm in two minds. Yeah, we should. My computer's hardware, so it's not a case of fixing it. It's not software related. I've been computing. Yeah, technical interviews I'm in two minds about them. I don't think they sort of portray someone's genuine ability. Well, I can't because, again, Apple is so good. Here we go. Because I've got a movable camera. Check out these connections that I get. USB-C. Thank you very much. USB-C. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. So I've got to buy a frigging dongle. Hold on, my thing's gone. Oh, it doesn't have a bloody network cable. So yeah, that's my main issue. Whoops. Back to me. Oh. So you got, I think it's at test, 2 hours to complete. Yeah. Well, this one was a bit weird. They asked like for a video, like a recording of the exam. And I was just a bit like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't mind making videos, but I guess they wanted to see the way I worked and things. But yeah, I'm a bit, I don't know. It's hard to tell, because you can get a lot of people that sort of apply for things and aren't genuinely maybe not that good. So they've got to try and filter it out one way or another, which is totally understandable. But what's really annoying is that's where I do the worst at any kind of interview. All my thought processes just go like a gazillion miles out the window, and I'm just like, oh yeah, so I can't do Haskell anymore, by the way. A bit like me doing this today. That's what I'm in, that mind frame. This is the mind frame I go into. I just go, and then I just can't work it out. Okay, isVal, I mean, it's obviously going to just want us to check against, a set of vowels, and then we're going to have to map and check over it. No, because there's no notion of map yet, is there? Using guards. Just using guards. Why do you have to do every letter? It's A-I-O-U. We could do it, I guess, couldn't we? Go on then, why not? What should we call it? We'll call it M. No, we'll call it meh. God, we can implement this. It's not too bad. Yeah, 2 hours interview. I mean, it can fly by. It depends what it is. If they see with me, if they start bringing out the whiteboard, then we'll see you later. Basically, I'm just like, nah. A, and that equals true. Try. Whoops. True. Meh. And then the other bit with interviews in general, with especially within Haskell, it seems that like the entry level of what's actually achievable in production wise is a lot hard. It's perceived to be a lot harder than what it is. So I mean, you know, I wouldn't say I'm like an advanced Haskell developer. Yeah, I've happily built like quite big applications, like using YESOL, and I've done, you know, a fair amount of stuff in both that and PureScript. But yeah, they're still, you know, like I had a 2-hour thing also, and they were like, okay, so can you implement us a lens from scratch? And I was like, whoa, get the fuck out of here. Oh, that just dribbled. Is the music too loud? Yeah, I don't know if it is. It might be. So what I did with this music you're hearing in the background. Yeah, lens from scratch. Good times, isn't it? Cool. Because what I did is... yeah, well, I couldn't bring my book, could I? They were just like, okay, right, so... I'm like, I mean, I've used lenses, you know, I've got a fairly good idea of them. But when you're on the spot also, it's just like anything goes. Read and remember. That's the bit I fail, you know. 'Cause sometimes I feel like these sort of things is A, I, O, U, A, E, I. I've got to remember what the vowels are. I might have to cheat, so I don't even know. A, E, I. Let me try and find this. A, E, I, O, U. I think it's A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. How do you encode sometimes Y? Oh. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like I'm in a spot considering, well, maybe I should, you know, sack Haskell and functional programming off and go back to the easy life of PureScript. But it's kind of like I've invested so much time in trying to learn it that, yeah, I don't really want to go back. But then I'm struggling so much to learn more. I think it's otherwise. I can't remember what. Am I missing one? Probably. Oh, I need to have a... Can't just have an otherwise like that. Well, what we can do is we can cheat quickly. Oh yeah, I didn't explain the music. So, the music is, I got a bunch of A, E, I, O, U. Yeah, sometimes Y. Oh, should we do Y? Yeah, we'll do Y as well. I got a bunch of MIDI, and because all this music technically is from, you know, over 70 years ago, I think it's 70 years, things last. Then I used it, and then I just basically put my own synths and stuff on top, used it to do that. I can just put true where? Fun fact, you can just put true. What, everywhere? Or otherwise, true. No. Is that what you mean? Surely not. I mean, you know, technically I could have just mapped over them and done them that way. And just done a... But yeah, hang on. I'm hanging on. But there's probably quite a delay, isn't there? So... There it says my streams may be better. Oh, how do I see my stats again? I used to have a little thing underneath in OBS that showed me stuff. Base. Otherwise. It is fine now. Oh, is it? Hold on. What am I looking at? Otherwise, equals true. Oh, okay, yeah, so, oh. Wait, so you can just have otherwise on its own? Hold on. Is that what you're saying? That sounds a bit mental. So we can just do that? No. Yeah, we can. Yep. There you go. Learn something new every day. Otherwise is true. Oh, didn't actually know that. Yeah. So it just assumes. Oh, that's quite interesting. Otherwise equals otherwise. Yeah? should we try it? Yeah, that works. Oh yeah, it's going to be true. Oh, hold on though. We can... Oh, it's the other way, isn't it? Or is it the... is it the other way? I forgot what the... Yeah. No, it's not. Oh, I forgot which way around it's not. Is it like that? Or is it... Am I thinking the Haskell? I get... Oh, this is the other thing. I get the two confused all the time. Yeah, you can do otherwise, otherwise. I guess if its value is literally true, then yeah. Oh, but it's not gonna. It's gonna want something here. If true, true. Oh. If not true, except I've not done. What's not equal? It's either that one. No. It's this one. No. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so what's that one? Okay, I don't know why that was going weird. But it's then doing an equality check, isn't it? So it's gonna... Is true not equal to true? False. Oh, it's just... You know what? Why am I doing this? Okay, let's just do that. Okay, that's what we learnt today. Oh, let's try that as well. I don't... Can you? Well, it's not complaining. Let's try it. I mean, it seems happy from here. Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. Meh. I guess we want Z, don't we? Not in scope. Meh. Oh, no, it is Val. Meh was my... Is. Oh, God. Val? Val? Why are you not? Okay, well, not in scope. Have I saved it? Yeah. I think it has compiled. Let's try. Yeah, sometimes my Haskell language server goes a bit weird and I have to reload it. It does all this madness. I say sometimes. A lot. Oh yeah, look, it didn't compile. Except, where's the errors? Because they're certainly not showing up here. Warning. Possible incorrect. Oh. Oh, hold on. So yeah. So it's going all the way down here. Because it can't do that. Anyway. What we'll do is this. Yeah? What was it saying here? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, yeah. No, you can't. It's not happy. It's saying, what is it saying? Found a hole. Oh, it classes it as a hole because it's not technically... So it's inside, yeah. So it says it needs to be a bool. Because I guess once you're doing guards, you're inside the function. Technically-ish. Yeah. So it found a hole. Otherwise. Yeah, the Haskell language there is really cool. On the top right hand side you get to see all the bits and pieces of what's happening. The documentation, and then you can actually go, because I compile it with Haddock, if you look at the very bottom of the screen, when this shows up, I can go to the source file, which is local to me. I don't know where it's opened it though. Maybe it's opened it multiple times now. Here we go. Yeah, and it just oh, has it? Oh yeah, here we go. Has it? No, hold on. It hasn't opened it. Why have you not opened it? Well, normally you're meant to be able to see it. Documentation. File. Press it. Source. Oh no, it's not working now. Well, normally it works. Maybe it's just opening it in a new... no. Wow. That was my really impressive thing that doesn't work. But yeah, normally it just opens up something local, which is really handy. But I guess it hasn't. Okay, so local variables and functions, blah 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 blah. I kind of don't. Maybe I should. You know what? Yeah. Should I keep going or should I work on something else? So I guess there's no one really here wanting to learn this stuff right now. Maybe I should do something a bit different. Let me know. I could start struggling on this thing I was trying to build, and then maybe that'd be a bit more interesting for you two guys that are here, because I assume I don't mind either ways. I can keep going. Oh, I can't see the time if you replied. Was that okay for before or for now? Do 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 do. What? Go away. Yeah, because I'm not really sort of feeling the vibe of this one. Maybe I can struggle with the other one. Yeah. I'll show you the pain points that I was having. So it's potentially a little bit more. Where are we? Here we go. So let's exit that. Where was it? CD error and mix shell. There you go. Cool, that's working. And then we'll go there, and then we'll go that, and then we'll do another. I should really have Laurie working, and then it would do this all for me, but yeah. Okay, so do that. Okay, so I'll open something up. Let's have a little look. Okay, so what was I doing? We don't want that one. We want this one. And we want this. Technically, it should fail. Oh, and I need to zoom in. Need to zoom in somewhat. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So the idea being, oh, here we go. I'll show you actually. The idea was this. Where have I put it? In the README. Okay, so this was the idea. They wanted, yeah, no one's watching, are they? Yeah, if you want this job, then just watch this, I guess. Let's say something like, so they want like an Apache mod status plugin. So the idea is, could you spend an hour or two, or however long you'd like, and put together a small proof of concept server that does this. So what they want is fire. Yeah, so they want a monitoring server as a sample implementation. Consider a running web server that maintains an internal cache of information and metrics. The server also exposes the health status via, well, you should say via WebSocket. Yeah, nobody's watching, so it's fine. I mean, you know, I've not signed anything. It's not like this was just in an email, so it's all good. Yeah, so it wants a WebSocket endpoint to send this information periodically. Oh, periodically. Oh, well, I should have read that. Oh, well, too late. To a WebSocket client. So could I spend an hour or two? So my thing is I need to build a server. So which library should I use? So I went with Y. I need some sort of like internal memory, and then I need to set up WebSockets, which turns out is an entire different server. You can't actually like just set up WebSockets on an HTTP server. It needs to be another server. Or, well, that's what it seemed to be after all this hunting. And then metrics, and then I couldn't work out what metrics library to use, because all the Haskell metrics library, there's like AKG, sorry. There's Prometheus, but they're all like really sort of heavy stuff that wrap around the whole application. And I think it just sort of looks at stuff. And they've already got their front ends, so it's not really geared towards this specific task. So with that in mind, I'm saying this, but actually that was about 3 days worth of discovering and finding out the hard way. Okay, so I then started making like something dead simple. I've got an environment which is, can I go definition? There we go. Here's my environment. So yeah, so it's like a type to type. So this sort of magic stuff came from. I mean, it makes sense, and I'll go through it from as far as I understand. Was taken from what's it called? Three was it? Yes, 3 layers. Which is because I was reading where is it? Books. I was recently reading this Matt Parsons' book, which is like the sort of intermediate level Haskell, and then he goes on about best way to sort of handle state and things in application. This is a really good example of that. It is this one, and he also demonstrated the what is it called? Is it real something? Real world, yes. And this one, except where's the actual? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, the real world halogen example also is a good. And I thought, well, I understood real world halogen because I ended up building an application using this repo as a basis. So I was like, wicked. I'll be able to do that in no time. Where's his introduction? Has he got a link to it somewhere? Maybe. Well, anyway, yeah. So it was really interesting. So I thought, well, if that one was good, and Matt goes, oh, check this one out. So okay, I checked that out. And then, so what this is like your environment monad. So you kind of like end up creating an app monad, which sits at the top level, and then within, so app env, which is an environment of app. An app here is the ability, so you just get a main application. So then this is if you ever want to get things out of the app monad, so you have to unapp it, and then you get all these different derives the ability, and then you end up making I just end up sort of making, rather than having an int, I wanted to put an event stats. And then the idea here is where you do your state. So essentially here you can have, as many of these as you want. They just keep going. And then so in itself, you could just use that. And because it's sort of attached, because up here you attach it to the env app, then it's a reader T, which is what it becomes. So it's like good for state. And then you can create this class of has, which sort of makes it easier. So, like when you look in applications, a lot of time it will do this sort of stuff. Ask, obtain, and then blah, blah, blah. Well, here it just sort of abstract that away to just being able to do. And then I didn't realize what this did. So that was like a new one to me. The ability to just pass in a type. So I was able to just pass that in. And technically it should grab whatever the current value is of mstate, which is always going to be an int. And then all I was going to do is get an int and keep that as every time someone goes to a specific URL or an endpoint that I've got exposed in my API, then it will add it to this, and then the WebSocket server will read the same environment variable and just go, okay, well, there's been 3 people, just hit that endpoint now, 4 people, 5 people, blah blah blah. And this bit says create a has field and environment, and then you get a constructor on it called obtain, where you see it here in its use. You can use it like that. So you give it an environment and it'll return you a field. So the environment in our case is we're passing that, which is of the type environment. We're passing it along, and then that'll, if you pass it here, then it'll return as a field, and the field is inside there. So that's kind of the idea. And then you can create an instance, and I've done it should be actually an instance of like that. Is that going to compile? Let's have a look. It's doing something. No cradle. Okay. Yeah, so it's happy. Cool. So then you're just saying when you call obtain, so that's the instance of you give an environment return a field. Well, then if has mstat, so an environment is one of these guys, and then of the monad, which is of type to type, blah blah blah, and then it returns you an event stats. So that's how it all glues it all together for essence. And then you get this helper function that instead of having it to write like this, where you use ask, which is to do with reader t. Does it show up? How can I? Yeah, if you don't know reader t, I guess I could quickly. Let's have a look. Ask. Yeah. Oh, it's any monad, isn't it? Ask. Oh no, shoot. I was specifically using that one, I guess. Yeah, what's really annoying is you get these and then people go, oh yeah, just read the types, you'll get it. It's like, the fuck do you mean I'll get it? I don't know, it'd be so much nicer if under here there was an example of, I guess the only problem is it'd potentially be quite a big example, wouldn't it? That's probably, but still, it'd be nice just to see, how asks works and display just go a bit more in depth rather than just reliant on it. Oh, in this one, yeah, sure. Sorry, I haven't. Yeah, so this is the type for ask, which is constraint to m is a monad, and then reader t rm. So let's have a look at reader t quickly. Feels good. So yeah, well, reader t, yeah, I probably, again, I've used it, but do I really know its inner workings? Not really. I know that essentially you can use ask and then you can put things into it. That's about my level of reader t, I think. Oh yeah, oh no, it's a monad transformer. Okay, so you can, you can. Oh, so essentially what we've built in here, essentially these are monad transformers that we've just extended it. So every time we have one of these, what happens is, let me see if I've got a function that's in use somewhere. I think I started and then I kind of stopped. No, is it in env? No, is it in server? Yes. Okay. It's probably easier to show. Where would be a place to show? Well, basically, you end up having a type that shows you all the variation, all the monads you want to bring in into a specific function, and then that's where you can do grab a specific thing, and then you get something back. And if you want to put it back, yeah, you just put it back. But and that returns lift IO. I don't know. Yeah, so this is all the bit that I was kind of like trying to grasp whilst trying to do this thing, basically. But the idea is, so this is like the very front of it, which was you essentially so the way that Y works is you have a run function. Oh, there we go. So it expects a port and an application, and then it returns an IO. So that's cool. So you give it a port, and then this is essentially, so if you look at the return type here, it's application. And what it is the first option is connection options, and then you can just get default ones like on line 10 out of there. And then here, because I'm passing an app environment to my run server, so when you run it, I make, like a blank one. So all these would be like, there might be something blank, whatever it might be. So it might be like an empty map or an empty whatever. So when you start your application, all of these are going to be, they're zeros and empties. So I started with 0. And then what happens is here's an IO of appenv, and then because I bind that into run server, I'm just binding appenv into my run server, and then it becomes available here. So then what I do is a WebSocket OR basically says run 2 servers, essentially. There's my WebSocket server, and there's my normal server. So WebSockets or normal server. So you can see like a server app or an application, and then it returns you an application. So that is, well, it's not available. But then HTTP app was meant to be in here, but for some reason it's gone. I don't know where it's gone. Yeah, so in here you can have an application. Yeah, and I've basically made about 20 versions of this. Yeah, probably a few more, and I kind of try. And then, so I'm going through with that, and at the same time, I'm trying to grasp in here, which is like where, so you can follow this around, and it doesn't seem too bad. So there we go, look. So they've got there, is a make appenv, so they're making an environment, for the application. So you can see like, this is for like database pool, this is for like sessions, so it's empty hash map, again another empty hash map. I just converted mine to an int, but then this is like EKG store, so that's a metric. So it just says a new store, and a metric is imported up here, which is from system metrics, which is what EKG calls itself. And then the random text, I think that's used for so it's JWT secret. So that just generates a random text and then passes it as a JWT. Session expiry, just like a bunch of environments. Is that big enough actually to zoomed in? I think it is. I'll go one more. And then here you run the server, but on this one, like I was talking about, the EKG stuff, which is for metrics, is essentially like here it's just saying, oh, pass me the blank stuff. So pass me the blank EKG store. So okay, cool. Well, up, then it's just sets that up, because I think this metrics it also provides its own front end, so you can see all the metrics, and then essentially fork with server. So it's just saying that normally you'd have run here, but it's doing fork with server. So basically it's just saying wrap my EKG store around my application. Sorry, here it just creates the server, for EKG store on the local host, and it gives it a port 881, and then your normal application is just run. So you can see it's like got its own. So I thought, okay, well I can make this one a WebSocket. That'd be like cool. But rather than using, where did fork server come from? I think it actually comes from, it comes from I think that was EKG, sorry. Yeah, I think that was part of it, and then all the others want. Yeah, so that's where that comes from, essentially. So have a little look. here we go. That one. Yeah, system. Yeah, here we go. Like EKG. So the idea is it starts its own server in another thread, and then that's why, you know, it returns unit, just so you can pass the IO mode ads. So I was like, okay, well that's not too complicated, you know. And you can see here where, it pulls in here. It pulls in some configs from a bunch of files, and then the result of that is then passed to make app, and then it takes, you know, whatever the data type of those configs that it's grabbed as configs, and then it can pass them through. I think it's that one and one of these guys it takes. I can't remember from memory. So you think, you know, so I thought, okay, well this is like nicely set up. It shouldn't be too hard to expand from that. But yeah, I was wrong. So then this is where it gets interesting. So it goes into application. I think it's cool. Well, enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Cheers for coming. App. Where is it? I think it's just here. Oh no, it doesn't in here. We'll just look for it. I can't remember where it is. Application. Application. Oh, it's in server. There we go. Yeah, and then it starts doing like slight bit of madness. So you've got we've passed our application an app environment, and then that returns an application, which if we go back to source and lib, yeah, so this is where we're using it, and we're passing it an environment. So okay, cool, that's fine. So there's our app environment, sorry, into application, and then I think this is what server comes. So now this is where it got a bit confused, because I was trying to make things with Y, and then this uses also uses servant, which is built out of Y. So I think they made this part a servant. So yeah, so essentially the actual server is a servant, and then I guess serve, I assume it requires two values, one being a proxy and another the actual application, which is server. So let's have a look what server is, if it'll find it, because server is quite is it from server servant? I think it should just be servant. It might just be that one. I think it looks like it should be. Yeah, so it takes a proxy. Yeah, it is that one. Sorry. Yeah, there's a delay, obviously. Yeah, so it looks like it has. Okay, so it has server. I guess some constraint going on here. The proxy. What is a proxy? Proxy. Oh, is it just a proxy from? Oh, okay, something totally different. Proxy is a type that holds no data but has a phantom parameter, arbitrary type or a kind. It is used to provide type information, even though there is no value available of this type. Okay. So, what does that mean then? Not really sure. I think I understand when it's in use. Proxy can hold types of higher kinds. Proxy either. Okay. Well, let's just go back quickly. Yeah, and then it takes a server API, and then it returns an application, which is, I guess, is what. Oops, it's this one, isn't it? Yeah, so server takes that, and it returns an application. So there's a proxy of API. Okay, so I think, because then if you follow this, which is auth API, there, server auth, because I think all this server does is authentication. So that's probably the idea. because I just, yeah, it should be named something different, but anyway. Auth API. And then it's to API, which is another servant thing. Auth site. So then if you look at auth site, so it seems that value, this proxy API is basically a proxy of your routes, because if you look, auth API is a to API of auth sites, and if you look at the auth sites, it's clearly to do with routes, you know, so like login route, so if you know the characters are root and login, then do this. I can't remember which way around the response and okay, so that's sort of the request body. Okay, so it's like setting up what it's expecting. So it's expecting a request body of JSON, and then the type of that would be a login request, which is here. And then and then it does some stuff with Elm, I think, to sort of like communicate the two types between one and the other. Yeah. And then it expects it to be a post. No, hold on. If a request. Which way around is it? Login request or logging response. So they request it and you respond with a post. Yeah, okay. Of JSON and login response. So this is what you give them back. Okay. And then this is called a specific function. And then if you look at that function, where's auth server sort of attached? I don't really know. I don't know where that's used. But it seems to be this is where the connection's happening. Yeah, so if you do a login route, you get a logging handler, which is like most servers, you get a login handler. And this is where I was talking about the monad transformer. So you've basically saying, well, I'm going to constrain all these M's to all these values, which was what was inside. Where is it? Env. Where is it? App env. Let's quickly go look for it. So it makes a little bit more sense. Test app monad. Here it is. App env. There's our app env. And where does it expand it to all the values we want? Oh, it's expanded somewhere else. So, hold on, because it's wrapped, isn't it? So we don't want it app env, it's something else. So yeah, I did 2 weeks of this. I've kind of worked most of this out, but then because the problem with this specific example, it's embedded with EKG, which is like a wrapper. Then secondly, once you do the run command, it then changes this into a servant server, and then it's got loads of stuff attached to it which you don't really need it. So yeah, I was trying to like use this as like a good example to do some sort of good state management, and then yeah, it just went all backwards and just lost the plot essentially. I think that's the main. So yeah, the other bits is like it'd be nice to understand. You know, you can't really. Yeah, because if you compare it, this is where it shines. Real world. Where's the repo? Where's the repo? Here it is. If you compare it with this, honestly, let's go even like appm. Look at all this. So I mean, because this one was like this, it just, I built a whole brand new UI that did a data analysis of like a distributed system. And it took me to get it to a good stage, you know, I was there within like 2-3 weeks. And then it was just about adding new features, really. And it did all sorts of stuff. I added like global, you know, error management. So something would pop up if it was all, you know, if it happened to be, if anything happened anywhere, it'd pop up. Because it'd make a lot of calls because it's a distributed network, and any of them might fail, and then the UI didn't really sort of. So you need somewhere to say, yeah, this call failed. But yeah, and it looks like super complex, but then when you, because there's so many good little bits of documentation, yeah, it was really nice to expand. But unfortunately, this one has a little bit, but just not as much. So yeah, maybe I need to ask these guys. Oh yeah. Because they're literally the same people doing the Vrom and Shush. I can't say Shush. That's what I should have done. I should ask some questions about how this stuff works. Yeah, that's odd because they're really good at giving advice, aren't they? Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. Okay, well that was my little rant gone. Maybe we... Oh, I don't know. What's the time? Yeah, it's kind of like 10. I don't know, I'm not really doing too much today. Don't think I'm feeling it as such. I'll probably do it either tomorrow or the day after and continue with this because I don't know what happened to my computer, and I don't think I'm in the best of moods today, to be honest. That's what it is. Yeah. And then I was late to join this. And I think if you're late, people just drop off, don't they? So it doesn't make it very interesting. But it'd be nice. It'd be nice to solve that problem though, because it's not like, I guess it is hard, but but it shouldn't be, because it kind of like makes sense how to do it. But it's when you try and like then implement it in a nice way, like these guys have, then it gets a bit too much. Yeah, maybe I'll message them, see if they can help me. It's too late anyway. Didn't go for a job. I ended up dropping out. So I was just like, but I still want to learn it so I can have good concepts of it, essentially. Yeah, there we go. Look, lift IO, throw IO, which is all to do with monad transformers. That's that. Yeah, cool. I think I'm going to call it a day. This is me today. Here I am. Boom. Some of that. That's how I'm feeling. It's quite cool. I used something. What did I use? Yeah, I used it. I've made it on an iPad, and you can just sort of. I do have other ones coming up, but yeah, cool. Well, thanks for coming, my loyal follower. But I mean, actually, you should let me know. Do you want to learn more basic stuff rather than me going into that heavy? Because I kind of just went through a bunch of potentially hard stuff. Because if you'd rather sort of learn basic stuff, I can happily go through that. It's not a problem. No, I don't mind. I mean, you know, to me, it's a bit of like, I don't know, you know, just taking a bit of doing something different. I don't mind. If you're like learning Haskell, then I'm more than happy to go through the simple stuff. Or it's not simple, you know, the learning stuff, because nothing's simple. You know, when people say that, it's kind of like a bit annoying. Oh, okay. Well, maybe it'd still be worth it. Because in all honesty, you're probably, yeah, I'm on 4 years and I still, you know, I get stuck with all these type of things still. Yeah, if you were to give me this application and go, oh, expand it, I'd be like, yeah, cool, no problems. But if you were to go, start from scratch, no. Maybe I need to like do more, maybe look at like more intermediate-y sort of stuff. Because I was going over, let's have a little look, because I've got, oh my god, I'm a bit scared to open this. Oh no, it doesn't open them all. Okay, I'll try and find it where I found a cool little, where is it? Was it this one? Yeah, I think it was this one. So I was running through this today, which is just monad transformers. Because again, if you look for monad transformers, like tutorials, it just goes it always just goes super deep into, it kind of mentions it here, it just really sort of, except this format's really annoying. I can't remember how you run it to make it look nice. But this seemed okay to start off with. And it's basically expanding, so you get this type, and then it expands it, which is, it's like, I think it's kind of like what Vlad was doing, where, well, not as complex, but it's the basic, like the most basic language you can sort of have, with literals, variables, and then you do a plus. No, because this one, this is why. Well, no, because classical music's so old. It's only by the people that play it. But this was actually a MIDI, and what I've done is I've taken a MIDI and I've put it into my, because I used to make music, and I've put it into my DAW, and I've just got like a really good piano plugin for this one. But then the other ones, if I like change track, and we go like, let's have a little look. Let me find one. Yeah, you'll see. Here we go. So you'll see there's like more synths and stuff in the background, which what would have been like violins and things. So I made a load of tracks just so I wouldn't get done. And if they try, then I've got proof. That's essentially what I did. So yeah, I've just taken loads of I basically paid for a website to get loads of MIDI of people playing live, and then I just spent like an hour on each track just to get it sounding nice, and put a bunch of reverbs and things like that. Yeah, it's a shame that the way I write music couldn't be the same with Haskell. Found that a lot easier. Yeah, so I mean, if you want, I could do like the next one. We could go over something more like this, which is kind of like, I guess, I don't know, is that too intermediate? So I wouldn't mind reaching out, because I don't know, it's kind of hard to try and get the real novice people, because that's kind of like the people, because I used to do quite a lot of JavaScript, and a lot of people used to follow, because I did like a really popular blog post about learning JavaScript, and then off the back of that I got like loads of following from like strong JavaScript following, so I tried to then show them more functional programming. So I always tried to aim from like a really basic point of view, but I don't really know if that's necessarily working, and I don't know if I'm then learning. Oh yeah. Well, you're doing well then. Yeah, I've done a bit of free and freer. Monad transformer. Yeah, that's, well, to be honest, that's probably... Nah, well, these are things I need to learn too, you see. So it could be interesting. Yeah, I need to do it. I don't know why it's... I mean, I can't understand, is it like because a lack of mathematics or something? I just find that it's not sinking in. I don't really know. I don't know why. It's just like there's so much. It feels like there's so much to learn, which is what makes it really appealing. But at the same time, it's a bit. I don't know. It's like maybe I'm just too old. Just all this stuff isn't going in like if I was sort of a teenager or something. Oh well, yeah, I'll probably do some of that then. I'll probably carry on with this and try and get a good because I've done it about 4 or 5 times, but it just doesn't feel like the concept's sinking in. But yeah, I'll do that. Cool. Well, thanks for coming. Yeah, I'm going to call it a day. It's not really happening for me today. But yeah, have a good rest of the day or evening, whichever it is. Take care. Bye.